Well, what is our project today? No, it's not washing those clothes in the hallway. We've got this doorknob right here, and this is an old style doorknob, and it's just really super old, and it's hard to lock and unlock. And all we're gonna do, all I need is one item to take everything off of here, and it's a Phillips screwdriver. See that screw right there? There's a screw here, and there's a screw down there. All you have to do is undo those two screws, and that's going to pull the whole thing off, and then there's two screws on the side, and that's it. Have you ever replaced the doorknob before? Well, if you haven't, stick around. This is an entry style door lock, and it's a door going out to the garage, and all we're going to do is loosen up these two screws. There's one down there, and there's one down here, and this thing's been on here for a while. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, that's how you undo those screws. It's pretty easy to do. And if you're not holding this outside, it might want to come off and pop off and fall on the ground. You don't want to do that if you got white carpet or something like that, if it's greasy or whatever. Okay, now you can push it in and just keep unscrewing it. Man, that screw's long. Okay. Alright, I got both screws out, and they're kind of greasy too, so be careful with those. Now just pull that out and pull this out. Just like that. Okay, that lock, we're not going to use it anymore. And I just put my foot on here, and I'm going to unscrew this side latch. Now sometimes they don't have a little rectangular goodie over the edge. It might just be round. If it's round, you're going to take your screwdriver and put it in there like that. Hold your foot there, and you're just going to pull on that, and it's going to pop that round edge out. But in this case, we don't have that. We've got two screws, so we're just going to undo those. Okay? So far, so good. You know what? If I can do this, you can do it. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put this side latch in here. And most doors, you may not know it or not, but there's a back set on here. It's either going to be 2 3/8 or 2 3/4. And it really doesn't matter much any days, any time now, because you can adjust this latch for 2 3/8 or 2 3/4. There's a certain way to do it. You slide that over, and then it'll be reset. Okay? So, but look on the containers. Now I got a fairly inexpensive little entry lock, and it was set up for both 2 3/8 and 2 3/4 back sets. Okay? Now, if you didn't have this latch plate here, you would just take a screwdriver. See this little slot right there? You just put a screwdriver in there and twist on it, and it will pop that out. You flip it around, and here's another little area there where you can take a little screwdriver, pop that off. Then this front comes off. Okay? Then you can... It came with this. This is just a little split ring, and that fits on there. You know, like that, and it fits over that, and then that's for your latch, and then you pop that into the side of your latch. I don't have that kind, right? So I don't have to worry about that. All I have to do is screw this into the side. And I want to make sure, I'm not sure if this is set up for 2 3/8 or 2 3/4. And you look on the side here, and there's a little number here for 2 3/8 and 2 3/4. I don't know if you could see that or not. Okay, so we'll just have to put it into the side of the latch. And to figure that out, if you have a tape measure, you can pull a tape measure over from the edge of the door to the center, and that will give you what that is. So I'm going to hold that in there like that. I'm going to look at that, and it looks like it needs to be slid over And there, I just did it just then. Okay, so I'm going to hold my foot on the door edge at the bottom. The thing I want to do is I'm holding that up there, and I like to make sure that that is nice and flush. I don't want any of that edge to stick out. And if you have to, you can mortise out the side of that latch. In fact, you know what? I'm holding this in there. I'm feeling it. No, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay. Because if that's sticking out, you feel it, and then when you close the door, sometimes that could hit the edge of the strike plate. Depending how close of a margin reveal you have next to the door jamb. Okay. Screw that in, make it snug. Push on there, and you want to make sure that's not sticking or anything. Okay. Looks like everything's good. So far, so good. On to the next step.